educated? Can you climb the economic ladder here?
Are you going to do better than your parents? Can you reach higher levels of income? Can you change your relative position?
The American dream, some folks call it. A, quote, dream of a better, richer, happier life for all citizens of every.
Are you living the American dream right now or not?
Alive? And if not, why? I believe that answering these key questions is incredibly important for the future of this country, which is why we've been deep in all of the data, and I'm going to try to lay it out as clearly as possible by traveling through time. As always,
They didn't
all
lie
of
about the American dream.
this video are
It is a dream.
in our sources. So
My
with that,
dreams
let's
aren't real. They're in your head until you wake up.
Of course you can. Okay, so I'm traveling back towards the 1950s. As we move through time, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this main graph. This graph is kind of our anchor. It will be showing how the economy has grown over time. Again, it's adjusted for prices and population growth. When this graph goes up, it means that there's more economic prosperity to go around. We're going to see how it gets divided.
Don't skip Chet's getting into about it. I want to watch the other one, Chet, about the war and whatnot. It was kind of short, no?
He doesn't skip it.
I don't know whatnot. It's an historical
He goes back. Surely, right?
You know what I mean, man?
Bro went straight for the YouTube shorts.
No, it's TikToks. It's not even YouTube Shorts, dude. It's worse.
Oh shit, you're right.
Chat bullied him out of it.
Afford a house? Is this economic growth being shared equally by everyone? And how likely am I to be making more than my parents? Oh look, we're arriving to the 1950s.
Chet, in order to make a video like this, Chet, wouldn't you have to standardize the economy? Like, you would have to make the dollar amount worth the amount the same to the entire video to account for inflation or whatever it was. It doesn't make any sense.
So it's 1950s
Oh, you're doing that.
in America, and I, the middle income earner, have just returned
Deflation.
from fighting in the most devastating war of human history. But we Americans came out on top, and our economy is booming. I work in this car factory, one of the many factories that was converted from making weapons to now making valuable stuff that we're shipping around the world. Our country is getting rich. I am making an average income. So my income right now is $4,400. In today's money, that's more like $41,000. We're going to adjust everything for modern dollars, in this case, 2023 dollars. Prices are higher these days, so our money's more valuable to make it all make sense. I'm not going to spend some time, talk about the inflation. I'm just going to say everything from now on in modern figures. It'll allow us to compare a lot easier between the decades. Okay, with that, let's get all the magic going. Pretty cool, right? Let's meet my family. So my wife doesn't work. Only a third of
Chet,
her.
I will say, because of all the laws and everything, Chet, I would assume that even though the lives are overall kind of worse, right? All the programs are overall better. If you're fucked, not that fucked compared to before.
And really, she doesn't need to. My factory job supports the whole family. And look, I own that home. I paid $84,000 for this thing, again in modern dollars. That's actually not more than my yearly salary. This is considered very affordable. And a major reason why is because the government is helping me pay for a lot of this. And they've got the cash to do it.
2 years salary for a house?
Look at the top tax rate for the rich. So a booming economy and all this tax revenue means that the government is helping build all of these suburban homes and is giving us better intuition
That's too easy.
on mortgages so that we can get in on the prospering U.S. economy, start building wealth by owning a home.
Our returning serviceman who was starting his own business would get a financial boost from the government. Our money would be advanced to buy property or a home.
We're coming out of World War II. There are absolutely lots of public program policymakers today and back then had a lot.
Yo, if I was president, I would do Chet. I would have a tax for brackets of income, also a tax for age. You get a tax ratio differential from the other bracket to your age. So when you're younger, you get taxed less. You can expand your plan to further heights, so that you don't get fucked on it when you're younger.
How typical workers and their families were doing.
Okay, so the economy is booming.
That's a stupid idea.
Prosperity is being shared. And for that, I'm going to show
This is why he's a streamer.
I love this graph. We're going to see it over the decades, and it tells a very useful story. This is my income, the median earner. Here's the income of the top earners, and this line is the low income earner. And down here is like increasing their income at the same rate. We are all getting in on this prosperity. We are sharing the spoils of a booming
But
economy.
why was it first?
Nice.
In the
Just
roughly
medium?
2-3 decades after World War II, we saw what I would consider broadly shared prosperity. As the economy grew, as workers became more productive, workers across the board were actually seeing gains in their living standards.
This is a great indicator that income equality in the United States is good and
Oh,
healthy.
it's the rate
Okay,
amount.
last into the 1950s, let's check in on the American dream.
Oh, growth.
How can I move up the ladder? There's a really nice data set for this that says that I am nearly 100% likely to earn more than my parents. There is upward motion in the economy. The American dream is alive, at least for me, which is an important caveat here. Women were mostly left out of this economic version of the American dream, and so were people who weren't white, like black Americans, 10% of the population, over 1 million of whom fought in the war, but upon returning were met with these custom maps that were drawn to determine where they could and could not buy homes. They were largely left out of all of this government help
Chat,
that allowed me.
chat, you're like this is making money. Your pension should be, in my opinion, should be about 40%. I would say my prediction is 40%, because 50% would mean same amount of thing, which would kind of be equalized. But having children usually, I mean, let's be honest, if it kind of puts stop to your growth as an adult, let's be honest, it's hard to raise children properly and have a good job. So people that have children probably a little bit less. So at 45%, I would say like this. No.
To get education and buy a home and build wealth.
I don't know what the fuck he just said.
I was about to say, what the hell did he just say?
Loads of opportunities to move up the economic ladder, thanks to a booming economy and a bunch of government programs. So now let's move forward in time to the 1970s. Welcome to the 1970s.
I said something smart right there. I said something smart there.
The economy is producing a lot more prosperity to go around, as you can see by this graph, and we'll see how that's all being distributed in a second. But first, let's check in on my pay. I'm still working in a factory. I now earn about $66,000.
If everybody's doing cocaine and you're not doing cocaine, you're doing less. So honestly, just do cocaine, no kids. That's what I say. For the people that back in the 70s, I mean,
Like millions of other women, my wife
Make more money, do cocaine. To make more money, to do more cocaine. To make more money, to do more cocaine. I think it's like a song or something.
into the workforce are going to be working by the end of the decade, partly as a push for freedom and economic autonomy, but partly as a necessity. It's becoming harder for a family to be supported by a single earner. The result is that our income is better off than it was in the 50s, but things are also kind of expensive right now. Inflation is up, partly because there's war in the Middle East and they're cutting us off oil. There's long lines at these gas stations and everything is more expensive. Anyway, check out my house. I had to pay $230,000 for this house. Housing is getting more expensive, and the government is raising the interest
okay,
rate.
well that has doubled. Now we're talking. We went from 2 year salary for a house with pre-tax, whatever, to 4 times. This is about 4 times. 3.85.
Slow down inflation, which is making my monthly payment a little more expensive. Home purchasing is becoming a little less accessible to the median, but I still have this cool house. Okay, let's go back to this super useful graph that tells us how the economic spoils are being shared. Remember, that's me, the median income earner.
Yeah, but
And look,
what will be shared?
my income
The point is not to share though.
at the same rate as the high income and low income earners in our country. The growing economy is being shared by these different income groups. It's actually pretty impressive how tight everything is moving together as the economy grows. Oh, look, they've started collecting
Well,
data
the growth
on
is
how
shared.
much CEOs are making than the typical employee. Looks like by the middle of the decade, about 26 times more. Wait, are CEOs making too much? Is that bad? What do you think?
Companies are also
Keep an eye on this chart.
well, companies are also getting bigger, and there's less top companies by ratio. I mean, this is bound to have to come up.
You can assess.
This is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer.
Okay, but what about the American dream? How easy it is to make more than your parents? Well, if I'm an adult in the 1970s, it means I was born in the 1950s, which according to this data set means I'm 80% likely to earn more than my parents.
That's still
I mean,
amazing.
pretty good. The American dream seems to be doing pretty well. So I would say that economic life in the 1970s is better for the median earner than it was in the 50s. And something that we're not covering here because we're looking for cold hard data is that there's also a revolution happening that's making it more equal and more fair for minority groups in the United States. So these are good trends. Let's see how they continue as we move on to the 1990s.
Fair enough.
Guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. Those kids are gonna love it.
everybody the same chance, you have your gems. Imagine the amount of max wins you're losing out on if you say, oh, these people can't do this, these guys can't do this. Bro, what a, it's a loss for the sake of what? Of nothing.
All of
You're
this
just
economic
stupid.
growth. The president has been very getting rid of regulation and social programs and rejiggering the economy to benefit businesses, making it harder for workers to like gather and get leverage over their employers. And look,
Does it minimize my stream whenever I hover over things, Ethan?
No.
Do you still see it?
Yeah.
And then do you see this? Or do you see my thing?
maps and get back into
See what? I can see your mouse.
Okay.
the big standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union.
No, I'm moving apps and I don't want it to be interrupting the video.
No, I can't see that.
Recession, we're getting ready for a big surge of more growth thanks to the rise of the internet.
1990s is where it's at.
Playing the role of the middle income. So it's not like I was like born back in the 50s and I've been growing up. I am a young adult who was a middle income earner. How am I doing? So I still work at a factory. America is still a manufacturing powerhouse here in the 90s. You know, that is literally right about to change. I wish I could warn myself. My household brings in $76,000 a year, which is definitely better than the 50s and 60s, but you can kind of see that things are flattening out. And in fact, I'm not making that much more than I was in the late 70s. Check out my cool 90s house. It cost me $273,000. That's almost 4 times our yearly income. Way more expensive than in the 50s. Housing is getting way less affordable. Okay, the economy's doing well. How are we sharing all of this economic prosperity?
That's right. They also don't say. Yeah, I think you almost forgot something. Back in the days, that was the household income, but back in the days, women didn't really work. So that was one man, 2 years at one man income is house. That was 4 years at two guys. Oh, you said that, okay? No, that was 2 years. That was 4 years. That's two. That's 8x.
50s, and we saw
No, it's a 4x.
high
That's 4x.
income, the low income, and me, the middle income. We all saw similar growth.
8x.
We all got in on economic growth. That continued through the 70s. But wait, look what happens right here.
Or
They're diverging. It's around the 1980s when you see the top earners start to pull away from the rest of us. Their
globalization.
income is going up faster than mine, and my income is going up a little faster than the low-income population. Okay, that's unsettling. I liked it more when we were all kind of like on top of each other, growing at the same rate. We'll keep an eye on this graph, but there's a bunch of other graphs starting to come out. Another divergence.
other countries mid-max, lowest possible quality of life for the humans, whatever, and a max production. We got outmeta. Is what it is. What can I say?
Versus how much I get paid. They're both going up at the same time. I'm more productive, I get paid more. Cool. But around the same time, the same split happens. My pay starts to flatline.
It's not fake. It's the truth, though.
Productivity continues to go up.
So then there's this period that starts around 1979 in the early 80s where we see this pulling apart between economic growth and what typical workers and their families receive from that economic growth.
So who's getting in on all this extra productivity? This growth that's happening in our economy, if not me. Well, let's check in on those CEOs. So remember back in the 70s, CEOs were making like 25 times more than the typical worker. That seems like a lot. Let's see what happens here. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, whoa, by the end of the 90s, CEOs are making almost 400 times the typical worker. And I thought 20 times was a lot.
Okay. Hold on, let me ask. But what about the size of their companies, though? Do their companies now have more employees or not? I feel like, hold on, with globalization or whatever, these companies have now more employees. It's a bigger infrastructure. So the pyramid, yes, is
Pyramid.
at the top, but it's larger at the bottom. So if you compare, yeah, the top to the bottom is bad, but it's a much larger pyramid.
Those at the top are receiving much larger shares of that growing economy than those at the middle or at the bottom of the wage distribution. So that pulling apart, that increasing economic
It's not a
inequality
take.
is apparent.
It's not. It's a pyramid. Bro, if you three
Pyramid.
top to bottom, it's only 3 layers. Yeah, you're close to the bottom. But if you're massive pyramid, you're at the fucking 60 slice.
this be a good thing for our economy? Yes, of course.
It's not good, but
It's
it's
vast,
inevitable.
because they're innovating and making our economy more productive. And plus, everything I've shown you is before taxes, guys. So like the rich pay a lot of taxes. Okay, so let's see what happens to the income of the rich people after taxes. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, um, the taxes didn't do that much. There's something going on here. The rich are getting really rich really fast. I mean, what these lines all show is that 1980 was kind of this inflection point in our economy where the top earners kind of started to get in on most of the prosperity.
Trickle down and it's brain dead. Stop, bro.
And yes,
Oh my!
there are
I don't
instances
think it's trickle down either.
isn't bad for the economy. It actually spurs growth and investment into the economy, and eventually that raises all
Yo,
boats and trickles down.
yo,
And that's
yo, trickle down is brain dead. One, and you even in motion. You would think the people that have made more money spend more. Bro, people would sell their grandma not to spend money when they're even when they're at the top. It's fucking weird. It's weird. I don't know what to tell
this
you.
way of thinking say that we shouldn't focus on inequality, but instead on poverty reduction. Okay,
But
poverty
that's what happens.
reduction, how we go.
People will hoard.
Poverty plummeted after World War II, but you can see that at this time, like 1980, when inequality starts to get really bad, poverty basically stays the same, goes up in a series of years. So this is concerning, and this is my interpretation of the data. I'm sure some of you have very different interpretations, and I would love to see down in the comments. Anyway, let's check in on the American dream. America's all about
My main problem is that it's not the people that are rich making too much money. The problem is that they don't spend it. I'm not. This will sound like a dumb take. I have more of a problem that of people not spending money than them making more money. I have a problem with them making a lot more money. You do that, you do this or whatever. You get in the system, you make money. It is what it is, right? How about you fucking spend it before you die? There's no life 2.0. Waste your money. It's what it's meant to do. To be used for this. Just go and fucking just blow it up.
Blow it up.
big reward. So
That's probably the best take he has had this entire video. He is very right about that. People do need to fucking spend more money.
Just blow it up. Oh yeah, sniping these fucking phantoms out of the sky.
The children, we don't care. We don't care.
We don't care.
Work for your money. I don't give a fuck. You don't get a free pass to the fucking top, you fucking loser. Bring in children and fucking and then spawn them at the fucking top layer. I don't give a shit. Fucking jack.
Spawn in the top layer.
Fucking dig in, loser fuck. What is on this guy?
and the data says
Damn, he just went in.
will out-earn our parents. So that means that 40% of my peers here in the middle income will earn the same or less than their parents.
Yo, I will do an Easter egg hunt full of money. All my fuck with my lifetime earning before I give that shit to my children. Are you kidding me? What a joke.
Even as we are seeing all of this
Damn.
growth. I mean, you can see this trend here. The American dream of being able to move up the ladder is becoming less and less a reality for a bigger and bigger portion of the population. Okay, so that was a big change from all the trends.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next.
People assume that time is a straight progression from cause to effect, but actually it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Okay, we're moving into the new millennium. America's fighting a couple of wars. The economy's actually doing pretty well until, whoops, whoa. The bankers got a little loosey-goosey for a couple of years, making obscene amounts of money and crashing the entire world economy. But, okay, let's move on from the biggest recession of our time. We're arriving in
Well, that's technically the one.
This is a world that most of us are familiar with. Let's see how a median income earner fares.
Yeah, it gets really bad here, I think.
All of those jobs have dried up and been shipped to Asia. So I now work as a middle manager at an insurance company, and my household income is $81,000, which is, wait a minute, same as 1997, but wait, during the same 13-year period from 1997 to 2010, the economy grew by this much. I mean, that,
I just want to see what is the woman at work ratio is also. Because now I'm thinking there's probably a lot more women at work, yet the house income is the same.
line's going up. The economy's making more stuff, more prosperity. Even when you adjust for inflation per capita, the economy grew.
This is a problem.
There should be more to go around. But my household pay is the same as it was 13 years previous. Why? Well, we'll see in a second. let's talk about my house. I always love talking about my house. Look at this beauty. I can still afford a house. In fact, here in like post-recession America, housing prices are actually pretty low. Interest rates had to go down to stimulate the economy, and so home purchasing was actually pretty accessible for a few years. But don't worry, housing prices will be back on the rises. And in fact, they'll start rising faster than my income, making housing less and less affordable. And homeownership still seems to be available mostly for certain groups, and not as much for others. In fact, that hasn't changed much since the segregation days. Meanwhile, I think I know what's going to happen to
Chat,
Minceraft.
what if all residents of a certain like village or like neighborhood, we make a co-op, everybody puts money into a pot, right? And we buy all out the houses, we get bigger loans because we're a bigger group, and we do crowd-funded house sorting.
What? He low key thinks he's cooking with that. What the hell?
My income's going up, and my incomes have stagnated. Okay, what about the CEOs? Did they pay a price for the big bubble person? Nope. And they kind of did up and down, but they're still, by the end of the decade, getting paid hundreds of times more than me.
It's not comrade.
Productive, and they deserve it.
It's not comrade.
Sell them, and then you do a bunch of gunshots in the neighborhood, right, or whatever. You increase crime artificially, right? Like fake.
Increase crime artificially by shooting guns.
No more
That sounds like something the CIA would do.
you stop the guy, stop fake crime, and then you sell them again. Holy shit, chat, that is insane.
Bro's a genius. That's hilarious.
That happens in the 80s where the economy is growing, but the wages for the average person just kind of flatten while the top earners just sort of get in on all.
Yeah, that's fraud. What about fraud? If the top 1% all do fraud, why can't the bottom do it? They can do fraud? Okay, fraud.
Fraud too. Fight it.
Fraud too.
Equalize fraud.
Right? So if you're born in the 1980s,
Equalize fraud. Holy shit.
and
Equalize. That's hilarious.
many of us will earn the same or less than our parents. Yeah, this is a problem, and probably doesn't seem fair to a lot of people. But wait, there's hope.
Star Trek determined time after tomorrow, time summoning a hot tub time machine.
Okay, I'm back. 2025. That's when I'm making this video. So that's modern day for me. We went through a pandemic, the economy kind of got freaked out for a little bit, and the median income earner actually started to see some gains after years and years of flatlining. So you do see some potential movement here, some hope. But let's get back to the original question I started this video with. Is the
Jack,
average
But I have a comment, Jack. I feel like if you rob a store, okay,
Here we go.
for like $5,000, you get clapped mega jail, right? Like, or maybe second offense, you get mega jail. How come you don't get clapped that hard when you don't technically fraudulent? Let's say $5 million, and you're behind on your back next like fucking 3 years, and you're scamming the government, and then they get you. Okay, you get 44 years in jail. Boom, that's it. Boom, done. Oh, you didn't want to go to jail. Oh, you're bad. Then don't be fraudulent. It's that simple. It's that simple.
American better off now than they were back in the 50s and over these
That
decades?
fixes the problem.
In a lot of ways, the answer is yes. Especially if you are a woman or not white, then the answer is yes, it is an economic opportunity. But what we've seen on this journey is that the American economy has produced an incredible amount of prosperity and growth over these last 7 decades. And that was shared broadly by all of us for a time. But in the last 30, 40 years, the data is very clear that the fruits of the economic growth these days have not been broadly shared. One group is collecting most of the growth. And I didn't even talk about wealth, like the stuff we just own and how that makes sense.
Okay, Chad, isn't this talking about like a zero sum?
We're talking just about income on this. Now, this isn't the first time that we've been in this situation. The top 10% collected almost half of all the income way back in early 1900s just before World War II. But we've changed that to, well,
My dumb.
and that's supposed to be distributed.
What? This talking point is like, if these guys that amount of money, or whatever, that amount would go to the bottom. Their money should be ours. That's not really how that works, is it?
More equally, but this graph tells the same story about 1980 because we're back. We're back to where we were. Now, does this mean that our economy is broken? No, actually. Our economy is not broken. It is working exactly how it was designed to work. And this, it's the result of changes to the rules, policies, that end up determining who gets the money and who doesn't. These policies are made by people that we elect. And if we don't think that this is fair, we have the power to pressure them to design a system that is fair. Now, the medium income earner doesn't have nearly as much power these days.
So what about a dynamic minimum wage based on how successful a company is, and it goes up and down dynamically with the state of everything?
The top income earners and the corporations have really gotten their foot in the door for the people who have the power to set the rules. So it's harder than ever. But this still is a democracy.
Oh, that's a bad idea? Okay, then I'll do it, and then I'll do it like we're doing it these days then. The more money we make, the less I give a shit about everybody, and you guys get fucked up even harder. And I make more money. I'm spending that money to fuck even harder, as much as I can actually.
We still have
Now,
pressure our politicians to change it. And it's not actually just about income inequality. Yes, that has risen. The rich get richer much faster. It's also about the American dream, this idea of being able to move up. If you get educated, if you work hard, as inequality has gone up, the American dream has gone down. These graphs are built on robust data, and this is the story that it tells. The rungs of the economic ladder have gotten wider and wider apart. And that American dream, ironically a term coined by a rich investment banker born into a rich family in New York City, that dream is looking more and more like a myth.
banks are trash. Everybody's trash. Whole system sucks. I don't give a shit. That's my take.
There's a chart.
I don't give a shit. That's my take.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you don't need to.
Chat, we need a server.
Bro's loaded.
I've been saying this for such a long time. We need a server-wide reset, dude. How is it that hard? Reset the server. Brother, oops, we pulled the plug. The data's been wiped fucking globally across Mr. Robot lot. Fucking full reset, and everybody's now fucking broke. Boom, done. Boom, too easy. Too easy. Boom.
I'll like it just because of that take at the end.
This is some apocalypse shit.
Boom, everyone's broke. Solved. I mean,
Everyone's
shit.
broke.
That might be cool.
Broke did. God, why is this map surrounded by ugly ass desert? Hold on a second. What is this? Former House of Fire K and Nuclear Taco Army. Jeez, man. This map is gonna be a fucking museum one day. I want to build something over here. Is that a fox? Holy shit. I want to build something over here. Well, honestly, this wouldn't be the worst place in the world. I just hate how everything is a fucking desert. Bitch ass spider. I kind of want to build like a skyscraper or something. Something big.
The frick, man? There's no freaking good videos. Everything looks like shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, freaking mobs.
Nothing makes me more giddy than an entertainingly bad game. There's something very special about that experience, where a game is so good. You see it a lot in movies.
I think I saw a trailer for this game that he's about to play,
Absolutely horrible,
and it looks kind of neat.
incredible experience. And Mind's Eye was shaping up to be one of those.
Mind's
Ahead of
Eye.
this game,
Mind's Eye.
today, I was streaming today, and I'm gonna spoil it for you now. It exceeded my expectations of being this fun bad. This game is so terrible in all the right ways that it becomes like a masterpiece almost. It's like the moonfall of gaming. But ahead of this game's release, 2 executives from the developer left. Just spontaneously, you just said, we're done here. They left. And then also, the co-CEO made statements saying that he believed all of the bad reviews were like an effort by others to trash the game and were either like paid bots or paid to, shit on it, and even like insinuated it could be Rockstar behind it. Said it doesn't take much to guess who might be behind it, which is just an unhinged thing to think, considering everybody who's ever touched the game in their life that has played Mind's Eye is saying the same thing, that it's bad. Is it true that devs were begging streamers not to stream this today? I haven't heard that. That sounds like a conspiracy. That sounds like a big ol' rumor from the Fib Factory. Early predictions. Everything I've seen from this game is just not looking good, unfortunately. I had a lot of hype going into it, like when they first unveiled it, the trailer was hype, and then they started showing gameplay, and then it was a disaster. It's a little quiet. I gotta turn it up. There wasn't like a main menu. It immediately went into starting. Is this like an ancient tomb or something? No, I guess not that ancient. Here's like a server. At least I think a server. Either that or some kind of pylon. That doesn't look like it's from this world! Good lord, if this is aliens, I'm going to be so happy.
We definitely need to get you cleaned up. Spare rooms in the back here? Bet. Make yourself at home. Thank you, man. You want something to drink?
Yeah, milk if you got it. Thanks.
Can't believe after all this time, I'm sharing a roof with Sergeant Commander Jacob Diaz.
Oh fuck, the PTSD's hitting. Don't ever say those words. They're in my mind's eye. Man, the game like visually looks really good too. Like they did a great job with like the mocap here and everything. Like it is solidly made visually. Going to the local Costco to scalp some Pokemon cards. What's the plan? Well, I should have known.
Oh man, that's what he gets for praising.
Well, it was so good it'll be even better the second time around. I have a feeling it's going to crash again though. The console version is 30 FPS and the performance is awful even after day one patch. It's a sacrifice we're gonna have to make.
We're in the mind's eye now.
It's good. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, actually that crash is just a part of the game's experience.
I wouldn't get too invested in the cutscene right now. You're gonna have to watch it for a third time in a minute. Alright, brace for impact. I can already see it in my mind's eye. It'll crash when he flashes his ID at the robot. My god, we fucking made it. Wait! We did. We did it. Wait, I need to save. I need to manually save. Do we have that? I'm sure it's fine.
I'm stoked to hear from you. Can't believe after all this time our folks are still neighbors. Everything changes, but nothing changes.
Well, we got a few extra steps in.
Dude.
How close are we on the console? Bro, it's 30 FPS on console, drops to low 20s even on PS5 Pro. Sacrifices have to be made to enjoy peak. I don't have a choice because it will not work for me. Sorry, it just doesn't fucking work for me. We got to experience an appetizer of Mind's Eye, and now we have 16 minutes to sit down and digest these. There's a lot to unpack. Read a book.
30 FPS might as well read a book.
Right, when you're right, you're right. Everyone on Reddit is also saying it crashes on PS5. If I crash on PS5 too, I'm gonna fucking squeal. I can't play on PC because of the crashing, and I can't play on console because of the crashing. I'm actually gonna be mad. I really want to play it. It looks like such a fun, bad game. Plus, I just started that channel for like these full gaming videos I'm gonna be doing. I really want Mind's Eye to be part of the launch. I'm committing so hard to finishing every fucking game I start and every like bad game ever. Mind's Eye needs to be in the mix. I'll buy this bastard on Xbox Series X if I have to. What's the new channel called? I just call it Moist Critical Gaming. I literally set it up like 15 minutes before stream in anticipation of Mind's Eye.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, back to cinema. Again. Pretend this is your first time seeing the cutscene for the new channel video. You're so right. What are they doing here? He's probably gonna shoot like a little rocket. Whoa. What? I was gonna cannonball into it or something, I bet. Yeah, my prediction's looking real good right now. People feeling super stupid about me being always wrong with my predictions right about now. Got the Sharingan out. I'll probably find some like big pylon or something and like some weird old alien tech. You can actually skip this, you know. You know, you can't. I tried numerous times on PC. Unless they changed it for console. Nope. They didn't. Confidently wrong. You're questioning the expert of Mind's Eye intro cutscene, by the way, brother. I've seen this more times than their own QA team.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
feel the frames, unfortunately, but that's alright. My tire, oh my god, my tires aren't moving. Pardon me.
Bro.
Do that, what can I say?
Too many civilian casualties.
I just had to see what happened. That's super cool. It's like when you have like the perfect aperture on like a camera and you're looking at a helicopter blade and it just looks like it's standing still. That's what's happening with the wheels. It also said 2 mini civilians, which makes me think that there's like an acceptable amount, like a balance. Maybe let's see one. How much is it? What's the value of a human life?
Bro. Bro just got cooked.
Well, sweet. Thank you so much.
Weapon links to your lens through retinal connection. I trust you know how to handle one.
Damn right. Check this out. Fucking spins it around and inspect animations on it.
This is your
Weird shit going on today.
Control your vehicle midair.
Oh, Rigby?
Barrel roll.
Got Sam. We're on our way.
It's pretty cool.
Right now.
Follow me, Seth. Oh shit! Help! How do I bring out my gun? There we go. Hold on, I'm in a bad spot. Seth, cover me. One neutralized. Seth, what are you doing? At least fucking throw rocks at him or something, man. Woo! Are you okay, sir?
Get it? Care.
Everyone pointing out that tires aren't spinning just doesn't understand the future. Your ignorance is showing. Tires don't spin in the year 3000. Get over it. It's so cool. At least the rim. It's not the actual tire itself. That's the least important part of a tire. As long as your rims are spinning, you should be fine. It's more of a redundancy with like the rubber on top. Excuse me? I disagree with you. Wholeheartedly, I disagree.
keep an eye on him and see where he's going.
No, he's guilty. I can tell. I can see it in his eyes. Bastard's probably gonna start T-posing or something. Oh, actually, no. Camera 5's the one I want.
I can't work with this guy. Someone get him out of here.
I'm looking at the target. Where am I at? How did I get fired? I just killed 4 robots in cold blood, only to come back here, look at a man on a camera, and get berated for it. You'll never know I'm here. Like a mosquito. Can they destroy my drone if I get hit? It's made out of vibranium. I'm crashing through the car window.
Occasional warehouse, and believe it or not, some people even live out here.
Seems like a nice place not to be bothered by anyone.
Not really that far from the city, I'll be honest with you. That's maybe like, what, a 5-minute drive? If they want to bother you, they can. You're probably still on the same trash route as the people in the city. You're still so fucking close.
You're so fucking close.
The drone will ping you. Otherwise, you're done for the day. Good job.
future. It's 30-minute workdays. Peak efficiency.
Bro worked for 30 minutes.
I just killed so many of your kind a moment ago. He didn't. Even the robot was like, okay, I'll go the other way.
Okay, I'll go the other way then.
You're not telling me here? I just said, if I use my own card, maybe you'll know. You can just say you were fixing something in there. Please. I don't know.
What?
Me sprinting for no reason.
Chasing you. What the hell is going on here?
This is a bad game.
This looks like Advanced Warfare if Advanced Warfare was a bad game. What even is this game about?
I don't know. The Mind's Eye.
What does that even mean?
Duh. Maybe if you'd listen to the name of the fucking game?
Mind's Eye. It's all simulation. Oh shit. Point proven.
Naturally.
On me, boys, on me. They saw me. My cover's blown. Don't worry, I got it. I'll free these hostages. Going around. Can I melee? Hiya! There's no melee. Not that I can find. There's no melee and there's no stealth. Okay. Understood. Someone did mention that last night. Turns out they were right.
No stealth? What the hell is the point?
That's going on the Mind's Eye highlight reel later. On me, on me! I'm going in! Oh, oh what a shot. Oh, good God. War never changes. Yeah. No! They're overwhelming me. Oh my God. Jesus, it's like real warfare out here. Oh. No! Run, run, run! Jesus! Yeah. I need backup! Bogeys everywhere! Grabbing a vehicle! Wait, there's just two people in that. They're not even combatants, they're just civilians. Lost another! I think they're looking for directions. Leave! Get out of here! Run! These must be the hostages. Put it in reverse! Shit! No, don't, they're innocents. No! No!
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, really? Grow up.
This is why I pick up the sticks, goddammit. Flanking! Flanking! Cover me! Shit! Shit! He's free! We need a medevac ASAP! Shortcut. Damn bulletproof glass. One guy was really upset that I did that.
Do you know what you're walking into?
There should be a firefight. Oh! Oh! Help!
driving a Tesla?
He's off-roading a Tesla. Oh shit, dude.
Taking my own route.
He off-road barrel rolled a Tesla.
Just like the coach drew it up.
Cybercar.
Is HDR on? It's so fucking dark. Brother, it's the future. It gets darker. Come on. It's called realism. They got me pinned down. Need backup.
Look at how slow the bullets move.
I killed their leader. I'm going in. Oh god, they're everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Hmm?
You've got it. Understood. Oh,
Do you have my stream pulled up?
Yes.
This is Dalton's fucking Skyblock thing.
I'll let you go. Where the fuck? It's so dark. I actually can't see.
Where's the rest of it?
Hasn't updated.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Pick it up.
Now I can't.
Update it.
Is that how that works?
So pick up the map, hold it, and then go walk over there.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then you can put it back.
I see the drone. Shooting it down.
I gotta walk over there. Okay, hold on.
Just put it in your offhand and then rock it over there.
I don't remember if we wanted to take it alive.
I switched to a controller so I could lean back. Holy shit. Playing on controller sucks.
Oh fuck. No. Ah!
You might need another map, honestly. Because, yeah, you might need a second map.
All the reinforcements.
Looks like I got some of it.
Close call. It's never easy in my life. Unless, of course, you have the mind's eye.
Mhm.
Hell just flew across the screen. Some hooligans.
It's a leaf.
The hell
Oh.
just flew across the screen. Some hooligans throwing tree branches through the window. What was that? Shut up, I'm busy sleeping. No, I quit. Man, my car is still destroyed. Uh-oh. What about that guy? Is he working with them? Take this! Do you think they know I'm onto them? Don't worry, Rigby. I think I shook them. We're good. I solved our issue. Yeah, I think we're all set.
I think we're all set.
I haven't seen them in a long time. They're still back there trying to figure out how to put that bitch in reverse. Wait, side quest. I'll jumpstart their vehicle. Oh, I can't get out. Fuck it.
Just ran him over.
I heard you. What do you think I'm doing? Whoop. Didn't quite make it. Take the long way. And by that I mean the shortcut.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
There we go. Nice and easy.
He's been in there a couple hours. I want you to question him.
Ma'am, I just started working here yesterday. Why do you want me to do that?
Oh, he'll talk.
What do you know?
I just saw him once. He has the same chunk of metal on his neck, and he had a prosthetic arm. He was like,
Oh my god, it's Bucky. Nothing? 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 Said I look nice today.
Trust this guy. He's working when he's got the thing in the back. Understand he's a worker. Now.
No! No, Monty! Why? Blast! You have to save him! Oh. What am I doing? I got this. Okay. Come back to me, Monty! God damn it! Shit! That was the most important one. Oh, shit! Oh! I'm not... I gotta feel the flow! Okay, sorry. Not gay. I guess it did work. Why did... It wasn't letting me ride the waves. Oh, his name's Conti, not Monty. There we go, there we go. Slip your tongue in. It's the only way to bring him back.
Hold on. I need to talk to him. To get him to a hospital. He will when I'm done with him. Who's your contact?
Little John! No!
He's all yours. Override.
Holy shit.
Protocol. I need to get us back online.
Oh god, the buggies are driving themselves.
It's your vehicle. When I have these coordinates, I need you to be ready.
I stay ready. Do you think he's gonna need more mouth-to-mouth in there? Should I go with them? What do you think?
You'll find it on your usual spot.
Perfect.
Thanks, Lars.
What are you looking at?
Ah, Jesus Christ.
From bad to worse.
His days got from bad.
Ain't any good.
What the hell?
But in all the right ways. I am enjoying the shit out of it. This is one of those really good, fun, bad games.
Oh my god. Bro just got fucking popped. He was in a South Park episode.
Huh? Who's shooting? Oh god! There's chaos in the streets.
Did I remind
What happened? Did they do it? What was that? Oh fuck! Watch out!
tracking your movement? You are slow.
LOL?
You couldn't be more wrong. I don't know how you think this is slow. With all the shit I have to dodge coming in through here. Look at this.
Oh my god.
No, this city's
I have to pee. I'm not missing a second of this. I need to rewatch this whole interaction real quick.
It's crazy how you demonstrated how to properly react to a video
True.
by simply pausing it. It's even better the second time, honestly. And that car landed too. Ah!
No! The terrorists are attacking! Run! Not even the mind's eye can save us. Every man for himself. The garbage trucks are rebelling.
Oh my god, dude, that exploded right on him. If the guy with the backpack bomb needed CPR, this dude's dead. Let me react to that again.
I need to see that again.
Garbage trucks are rebelling.
The garbage trucks are rebelling. Alright, we're cruising along. He's running.
What? Just a little bit of blood on his face. Just a little bit.
Just a scratch.
A couple cuts. That's about it.
There actually is only like 2 guns in this whole game, honestly. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, what a move. Holy shit, that was nasty.
Oh my god, it's fucking Trailer Park.
Big flick. I don't say this lightly. Somehow this has worse gunplay than fucking the new Saints Row game. Okay. Alright, I did it. Okay, so I was just trailing the whole time, that's all. They led me right to the guy.
Just gets out with a pistol. Okay.
You're gonna need more guns and some more guys. This won't do.
He's got the mind's eye.
Okay, I don't have my good weapon. I want the other weapon. Oh!
So many people.
Can I
Oh my
get a
god.
grenade? How about air support? Thank you, ma'am. Finally, some help.
See woman with a shotgun.
I don't know why she picked me, but I really appreciate it. No!
He was so mad.
No! No! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Is there any more good Samaritans here? I need backup. Also, let's give that very nice woman a military send-off. I'll get her dog tags. Oh, God! Been flanked. I'll always remember. Why did she do that? Who are you, man? The Silva Corp will never forget what you've done today. She had the mind's eye. True. We're out of time. Quick, get in my drone. I like the bodies just flying all over the place as we run them over. shit. No, calm down. Here, I'll clear a path. Pretty open, actually.
this was me with Twitch earlier, dude.
They haven't been able to get a single bullet towards us in a while. I don't know why you're freaking out so much. Just relax. Might just be a civilian. Not sure. Not during this chase.
I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again.
This might just be a civilian. Not sure. That was just a guy.
That was just a guy.
You're not gonna die. At least not during this chase, I'm pretty sure. They have absolutely no openings to even shoot at us.
Dude, this game looks horrible.
He's just shooting the civilians.
Does he just have unlimited ammo? Like,
yeah.
what?
Oh.
That really is like what you were doing earlier.
Oh.
Civilian dodged everything.
That just ends.
Oh fuck.
Bad to worse for
Oh fuck.
is now offering refunds for anyone that purchased this game. This doesn't happen often. The last
I feel like that happens a lot lately.
budget game was Cyberpunk because it launched in a non-functional state for a lot of players. Mind's Eye now joins that elite company here because not only is the game non-functional for a ton of players, even for those that do get to play it, it's more of a curse than a blessing. You're better off not having it work for you because the game is just terrible. This game kind of goes into like the Avatar state where it masters all elements of a bad game. I've already given
All elements of a bad
Oh my
game.
god.
studio, so they're aware of all of the launch problems here, and they put out this statement about what they're going to do to try and fix it. Our priority is optimizing performance and stabilities so that every player across every device can enjoy an equally high quality experience. And it's nice that they're going to try and fix it, though I would say for a $60 game, this shouldn't be the norm. Now, again, even if they do fix it and everyone gets access to it, they won't be enjoying a high quality experience because that is not found in Mind's Eye. The game is in a terrible state. This puppy needed another year or two in the oven to bake because right now what they're serving is some raw ass. The only high quality experience
How does this happen so often
they then
with
go
games?
on to detail how they plan on combating this problem to try and get it all resolved, even mentioning that they identified a lot of the crashes stemmed from a memory leak issue, that they've rolled out a hotfix for it, claiming that it affected 1 out of every 10 of their players.
Because like Activision is a publisher, and like Bandai Namco is a publisher, and like Unreal Engine is super easy to use, and that's about it.
The numbers are just
Makes sense to me.
It's not developers, it's fucking
10 players, but they're claiming it wasn't.
publishers being convinced by developers that a game is good, and it's shit.
Trying to fire this game up.
Well,
These
it's probably the shareholders of these companies that are like, we have to make these profits by the end of this quarter.
Having
blah blah blah.
having too many people involved always ruins it because it's like, I don't know. Look at Balatro. There's one guy who had one direction, and like that's all you need. Having a director with a clear path that isn't influenced too much by shareholders or political views. The fucking, you remember the Game Awards 2024 speech that guy gave?
I don't know if I do or not, to be honest.
Game Awards.
These shareholders, they're not even looking about.
Realize I've been sitting here for over 3 hours, but I still have some time credits from last year to cash in. So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win the next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, it's a modern oracle, so they made me sign an NDA. But I trust all of you. I know you can keep a secret. You will never leak it.
The Oracle told me that the Game of the Year 2025 is going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve the brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted in function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect. That if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game because they loved games. It's really that simple, said the Oracle. Winning Game of the Year turned out to be a life-changing event for us. It was an amazing event. To those who will win.
That's about it, though.
Great speech.
This part, whenever he's like, yeah. Basically, he basically is just roasting him.
Sure, they literally, like, they don't even care, though. Like, they just look at gaming as, like, another opportunity to profit or, like, make money. They don't even, they have their hands in so many places. It's probably the same thing in the movie industry. You got these people that invest in a movie to be made, like Superman, for example. They're just interested in how much it'll make. They don't care about the movie itself. They probably don't even watch movies, these people. Not modern ones. Big money ruins. It just ruins.
This fucking guy.
On the northern edge of the map in Cyberpunk 2077, you will find this, a highway stretching into the distance beneath a sign that says, now leaving Night City. If you try to walk down that road, the game just warps you right back. Same goes for the southern edge of the map. There's a mysterious border checkpoint that prevents you from heading off into the outside world, and if you get too close, immediate death. These 2 points are where Night City ends, and everything the game has to offer, every neon sign, every advertisement, and every incredible NPC is somewhere in between them. But how many people have really laid eyes on
I'm no longer reacting, I'm just watching.
Have you guys seen this weird place or this giant orb?
I'm just watching.
So today I'm walking from one end of the map to the other. No fast travel, just a slow, steady trip through the neglected margins of Cyberpunk 2077. Along the way, I'm going to stop and show you 11 strange places that I found. Places that feel forgotten or unremarkable or just fundamentally odd. These aren't quite places that you're not supposed to go. They're definitely places you're not supposed to go. You know what I mean? We're going to start all the way down south at that border checkpoint I showed you, and the very first place I want to show you is right next to it. The border wall. As you might expect, a giant wall that blocks people from coming or going. It's not the most inviting piece of infrastructure, and walking along it out into the desert is a very lonely experience. There's almost nothing to look at out here. The wall just stretches on and on and on, and the desert is just an endless collection of shrubbery and dirt. The fact that they let you come out here at all is almost funny to me. When you first get here, there's a very large warning sign telling you not to enter, but as long as you kind of stay back here by the wall itself, it's mostly pretty safe. Why would you have a giant swath of empty land that you don't want the player to go into, and you
actively try to kill them if they go into it, but then you still let them go into it. I'm obsessed with places like this. Every once in a while, you'll stumble across a little structure or a car that just sits out here burning forever. If you stick with it long enough, the wall eventually starts to climb up a bit, allowing you to get high enough that you can actually jump and see over it into a strange out-of-bounds lake area. Allegedly, this is California. If you turn and face the other direction, you get a distant view of the city, and if you stick around until it becomes dark, you can really see it come alive. It's almost nostalgic, especially if you've played the game, to realize that all of those little moments you had with it take place in that large, glowing mass of metal and light. Also, look closely. That dried up little stream down there is actually going to be something that we stop and look at a little bit later, because it contains my favorite pile of trash in the entire game. I think that's stop number 3 or 4 on our list. First, we have to do stop number 2, the Liminal Space Industrial Farm. Just kidding. Stop number 2 is actually MeUndies. MeUndies is the sponsor of this video, which I think is fit. The Liminal Space Industrial Farm. Welcome to Biotechnica Farms, a gigantic area of land that is covered in soulless warehouses for farming something. I read online that in the lore they're farming bugs to turn into cheeseburgers, but I don't know if that's actually true. Walking around the crisscrossing rows of this vast collection of buildings is a really strange experience. It's a huge operation with greenhouses as far as the eye can see and gigantic industrial pipes going all over the place, but there is nobody here. It's just a huge, self-sufficient, fully automated farm area. Every once in a while, you stumble across a trash can filled with the kind of trash that only humans would make, and there's an abandoned vehicle or two, but aside from those vague hints at life, it's just rows and rows and rows of soulless, automated agriculture. It feels like the higher-ups at this fictional company just kept laying off people here for efficiency reasons until one day they accidentally laid off the last worker, and then the plant just continued operating automatically via robots, leaving behind little traces of human existence. I walked around here for about half an hour before I stumbled upon this, the only building that could be entered, at least that I found. It's a huge place. It's just an abandoned garage with some unopened boxes. There's a security station that's left unmanned with the screen still on, and this is exactly the type of place I wanted to find today, somewhere that feels half-finished, somewhere that it seems like we aren't meant to go, but that we can still go, with things we weren't really meant to look at, but that we can still look at. I highly recommend this place, and we've got a few other excellent places like it on our list, so let's continue. The next place is going to be almost a complete 180 from Biotechnica Farms, way back out over the desert. This is that dried up stream that I mentioned earlier. Now, it may seem like this is no big deal, right? It's just a stream. But when I stumbled across this, I was pretty shocked, because Cyberpunk does not seem like a game that would have a stream. I think a big part of that is that the map in this game basically has no topography on it, so it's not easy to see a bird's eye view of any potential valleys or rivers. But also, just like the whole aesthetic of the game is the complete opposite of what I would consider a pleasant nature hike. I thought all we'd get for rivers is just a bunch of creepy canals and a like giant still ocean. So when I saw this stream, I was pretty excited. Walking around this little stream is cool in its own right, and I'm genuinely curious where it begins, but instead of going down a hydrology rabbit hole, I need to show you something that I thought was seriously incredible. Pile of trash. No, I'm not kidding. Cyberpunk is a game full of trash, and most of the trash are these white and blue and black bags just thrown all over the place, including apparently in a stream. But the reason this pile of trash is so incredible is not so much what it is, but where. Let's do a little bit of role play for a moment. Imagine you're someone on a road trip in Cyberpunk 2077, heading down this road with a bag or two of trash that you need to get rid of, and let's pretend you don't care about the environment at all, but you do care about being seen looking like you don't care about the environment. So what are you going to do? You're going to look for the nearest pull-off, pull over, and then just throw all your stuff into the creek where no one will see it. People in Cyberpunk drive on the right side of the road, so you'll pull over here, park on the right side of the road, and then walk up to the nearest edge of the creek to dump your trash. And this is exactly where CD Projekt Red put all of the trash bags. They didn't just put them randomly around. They didn't put them on the left side of the bridge. They didn't have them piled up in the middle. They're exactly where they would be if this was a real world with real people littering in a stream. It's one thing to put extra thoughtfulness into the details that people will actually be expected to look at, but to put extra thoughtfulness into something like this just blows my mind. That's why I did that thing where I pretended my mind was exploding. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this little stream. Let's keep walking. Heading further north and inching closer to Night City itself brings us up this road and past a weird little party that's happening with no music. Figured I'd just show you that for a moment.
Beautiful day, huh?
Just kind of charming, I feel but that's not what we're here to look at. The actual place we're going to go is just across the road. This place is incredible. We are underneath the solar panels in a giant solar energy plant. It's a forest of concrete and rare earth elements as far as the eye can see, and we are totally free to just walk around underneath it without restriction. Much like the giant industrial farm that we looked at earlier, this is a great representation of another thing that makes Cyberpunk so seriously notable. Massive scale infrastructure that is of no utility to the player. In a recent video, I spent some time talking about airport design in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I made an offhand comment about how no one would want a game with a realistically sized airport because it would take up half the map. Funnily enough, if you look at Cyberpunk, the amount of space taken up by this solar energy plant combined with the agricultural land we just looked at is nearly as much space as the size of the entire city, so I guess I was wrong. I don't know that I've ever seen a game do this before, create appropriately proportioned utility infrastructure that's accessible to the player and doesn't seem to serve any function other than being used as world building. It's insane behavior to spend that much time creating spaces this large only to have them remain totally in the background as props. I just love it, and I love that we can walk around here. I highly recommend you do so. Now, at this point, we're pretty much ready to enter Night City itself. We're going to do so on a little side road so that we can stop off in the outer neighborhood of Rancho Coronado, or as they say in Cyberpunk, Rancho Coronado. I always liked Rancho Coronado because compared to a lot of the rest of the game, it felt weirdly familiar. It could almost pass as a city I might have lived in at one point, and it's here that we find our next stop on this tour. Residential backyards. Much like Grand Theft Auto 5, the backyards in Cyberpunk 2077 are extremely liminal. Nobody ever hangs out in them. They're always weirdly cramped, and generally they have nothing in them at all. A few exceptions to that rule include this backyard, which has some lazy boy chairs and a perfect spot to get dripped on by this window unit air conditioner. The poor people of Cyberpunk apparently still do not have central AC, even though it's, what, 50 years from now? Whatever. This blue house next door to that has one of my favorite backyards in a video game ever. Check this out. What in the fuck are they doing back here? Is this video just about this house to figure out what's going on here? Where's Grady when you need him? This is probably the most detailed backyard in the neighborhood. It has a pool, some beach chairs, and a beach umbrella with what looks like some kind of UV light bars under it. It defeats the purpose of an umbrella, but hey, people in Cyberpunk do all sorts of crazy stuff. And then lastly, there's this backyard, which I just wanted to show you because it has a really strange bump in it. This might literally be the only bump like this on the entire map. Kinda just looks like a mistake, but please do not patch it out. Brownie Bread, please leave it, please. If you make Cyberpunk 2 in the same map, like Breath of the Wild, this bump better still be here. I'm really pissed. Also, in Rancho Coronado is the next place I want to show you, and I have to prepare you guys. I am obsessed with this location. This location that you're about to see, this is not the last that you're going to see of this location on this YouTube channel. I promise. And yes, that's a threat. Welcome to Pie Z, or possibly Pies, an incredible, overstimulating pizza chain in Cyberpunk 2077. The first thing you notice when you walk into this place is the noise. There are 10 TVs on full volume playing 10 different things at any given time in this pizza shop, from sexual advertisements to news conferences to crime reports to political debates. Insane. But on top of that, you've got bugs, garbage, a wall of pizza ovens, crazy purple and gold aesthetic. Nobody's eating pizza. They're just drinking coffee. They tried to serve this lady French fries, and she got so mad that it wasn't coffee, she threw them on the ground. It's just an absolute nightmare in here. The only spot in the entire place to get a break from the overstimulation is the second stall in the bathroom. This is not a joke, I spent 3 hours in here the other day, and it wasn't enough. I want to be locked in this building for 24 straight hours to see what it would do to my brain. Incredible, but we have to move on. Now, we've got to double back a bit to show you the next spot on our trip, which is the stadium near Coast View. This is a classic type of spot that we like to look at here on the channel because it's the back of a gigantic structure that no one is supposed to look at, and those are always cool and weird. But aside from being cool and weird, there's also a very subtle and impressive detail hidden right beneath our feet. You notice all this sand? Here's a question for you. Where does sand come from? Well, just like most sand, it comes from there being sand, and then the sand that there is flows from where the sand is to where the sand wasn't, which puts the sand where it will be, which in this case is right here. It flows from places is what I'm trying to say. Now notice how this sand is all gathered up on the south face of the stadium, and that just so happens to be the face of the stadium that faces out towards the desert. Hello? Who's doing this? Who's putting these details in this game? What's crazy about all the stuff we've looked at so far is that we have barely scratched the surface of these types of incredible little places in Cyberpunk 2077, and despite the fact that I have 3 more places to show you, I'm leaving out literally hundreds of other spots. This video could probably be 4 hours long, and if I had more than 2 weeks to put together a video, maybe it would be. It probably still wouldn't though, because I get distracted and I want to do other things. Oh well. Next up, we're heading into the main business hub of Night City, Corpo Plaza. This is the place with huge skyscrapers, suffocating aesthetics, and uncharacteristically clean streets. Much like a real downtown that's been overfunded by corporations, it has these little nooks of dead space that nobody has figured out a use for. Places that feel like you're trespassing, but you're not, because nobody actually cares about them, like this little space between one of the office buildings and the safety barrier, or this weird little public park thing that nobody really uses, or this row of abandoned porta potties. But my personal favorite of all the strange areas around here are these weird little brain relaxation boxes with trees and these bird sounds playing in them. No NPC ever comes inside of these, but you can go, and it's kind of peaceful, but kind of weird. They have these doors that you can open, but they're always blocked, so you can't actually go through them. This one just opens up to a wall. I don't know, it's weird. I'm not sure how I never noticed this before, so there you go. Continuing north out of the city center, we end up on one of the bridges over the canals into Little China, and what we're going to do is swan dive off of the bridge here into the water and then up onto this little garbage beach. All along the main canals that separate the different neighborhoods in Night City, you can find spots like this, usually full of garbage, but always feeling really disconnected from the rest of the game, kind of like you're taking a peek backstage and seeing how the sausage is made. Only in this sense, I guess this is still the sausage because it was put here by the developers, same as everything else, so metaphor doesn't really work. One cool detail about this particular spot is the placement of the trash, kind of a running theme in this video. I wonder if I could do a whole video all about just the trash in Cyberpunk. Definitely could. Anyway, notice how on this side of the canal there's no trash, and on this side there is trash. The side with no trash is the rich, hyper-corporate side. The other side is the less rich, run-down side. It's a very subtle detail, but it's a cool little world-building bit. I also just want to take a moment to really appreciate the trash texture in this game. It's just got a really cool mix of miscellaneous metallic objects that all somehow simultaneously look like every appliance I've ever seen, while also being totally unrecognizable. I haven't seen a trash texture this good since Sniper's Cavern in Banjo-Kazooie. Wow, we have really made a lot of progress so far, haven't we? From all the way down here at the border, up here through the farms, over to the creek, and then up to the solar panels, and the houses, and the pizza shop, and the stadium, and the city center. We are almost out the other side of the city, but we have one more stop along the way to make before we get there, and it is incredible. The Arasaka waterfront. Most of the area around the Arasaka waterfront is locked off from the player, but if you take the time to swim out and around from the south, which does take a while because swimming in this game is really slow, you can reach this spot with a giant red pipe. Follow that pipe up, and eventually you can drop down onto this little garbage beach that looks out towards the Pacific Ocean. A lot of garbage beaches in this game. You know, there are 1,000 things that make video games such an intimate, diverse, and meaningful form of art, but I think finding a little spot like this, especially one that probably wasn't really meant to be accessed, is one of my favorite things. But it gets even better. Actually, it gets way better, actually. So check this out. You're going to need the double jump skill to do this, but if you jump from this pipe onto this street lamp and then finally jump onto this catwalk, you can gain access to the entire fully abandoned Arasaka waterfront shipping yard. This was not a place that was intentionally put here to be accessed by the player, and there is absolutely no one here. Just shipping crates and super sterile industrial port equipment, giant long docks with nothing on them, creepy little rooms through the windows of buildings. There's this weird smoke that comes from nowhere and follows me as I trim my head, and then my favorite object here, and one of my favorite objects in the entire game, this gargantuan orb. I've talked about it a million times before, and I will a million times after, but I really love it when a game developer isn't overly precious with their less polished sections of a game world. I like when I'm allowed to take an hour to walk through a boring, empty place that was mostly meant to serve as set dressing to look at from far away. I want to be able to get lost in the middle of nowhere, and I don't feel cheated when there's nothing to do. I mean, look at this. It's a long, empty road leading nowhere. A frozen shipping port with no signs of life. This whole area has such a weird backstage vibe to it, and I feel privileged to be able to show it to you. Now, the only problem is, once you're up here, it's kind of hard to get out because you weren't supposed to get here. Your only option really is to jump into the ocean and start swimming back to shore, which takes forever, but I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Swimming from the Arasaka waterfront north eventually leads us onto a beach and then up onto a road. Taking a left on this road is going to take us to our final stop on this journey in one of my favorite types of places in a video game, a forever road. This is a term that I just came up with right now, so let me explain. There are lots of ways for an open world game to do boundaries. In Grand Theft Auto, it's usually with water. Some games use mountains or walls. A lot of games use invisible walls. And some games, like Cyberpunk, use a warning system. See how if I try to go out this way, the game tells me to stop, and then if I don't stop, it just zaps me back in the other direction? That's a warning system. It's not a hard wall. It kind of lets you go, then it prevents you. Invisible walls and warning systems can take a lot of different forms, but my favorite form is the forever road. Now, this is a road that extends into the distance beyond the sight of the character, never to be explored by the player. Forever roads do such a good job of creating the feeling that there really might be something out there, something beyond the edge of the map. After all, this road must go somewhere, right? Letting us walk right up to the edge and look out into the distance really helps sell the illusion that this game is set within a wider world. The first time I remember seeing something like this was in Fallout New Vegas, but I would love to make a video on them. So if you know of any other games with these forever roads, please post them down below. Now, one interesting thing about this spot in Cyberpunk is that no cars ever drive up here. Because of the way the game handles spawning traffic, you can only see cars if you walk a little ways back towards Night City. But if you get too close to the barrier, they just stop spawning entirely. No matter what time of day it is or how long you wait, even the NPCs don't bother to come up here unless they absolutely have to. It's a desolate place that almost feels like the credits to a movie. You know, you look up at that sign, now leaving Night City. You've almost escaped from the chaos. The normal world might just be out there yet, but you can't get to it because you're not allowed. I'm Annie Austin, thanks for watching, and thank you for letting me take you on this journey. I actually do appreciate it because I really liked it. I'm Annie Austin, thanks for watching.
This guy makes a lot of weird videos. I've only watched 2 of them. Let's find another.
I'll
A lot
watch
of them are
one more
Nintendo related.
before I pass out.
I'm just gonna say it. There's no way that all of these utility poles in Grand Theft Auto 4 are actually connected by wires. I know it looks like they all are when you play it, but this map is gigantic, and there have got to be thousands of these poles all over it. Connecting all of them, even for notoriously detail-oriented game studio Rockstar Games, seems like it would be a ridiculous waste of time. So what I'd like to know is, where did they give up? How much of a local area is actually connected by utility poles? And do these utility poles connect to buildings or other pieces of electrical infrastructure, or are they just connected to each other? Is there a source for all of this theoretical power in the game? A power plant, perhaps? Yes, there is. There's a power plant. That's what we're going to find out, and we're going to start by picking a random utility pole in a random neighborhood, and then we'll get out a pen and paper, follow the power lines wherever they go, and create a diagram of how everything in that neighborhood is connected. Okay? Great. The thing is, making those diagrams always works up an appetite. So let's go grab a hot dog from one of the hot dog stands in Liberty City before we get started. Oh, I know you'll understand. Now, like I said, the first thing we're going to do with this whole electricity thing, in case you forgot, is we're basically going to take this random neighborhood and map out every electric...
Is he wearing the same fucking
this point, that point
outfit?
right there. As we go along, we'll sort of build a little diagram.
The what?
He's wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
Thing like we do with the rivers, only it will hopefully be significantly
Sweet.
less complicated than the rivers. We'll see. Our little utility pole will look like this. If the wires lead to another pole, we'll mark it down like this. If it connects to a house or a building, we'll mark it down like this. I'm going to try to keep the map oriented to the north as well, but it's sort of hard for my tiny brain to constantly be reorienting itself as we move around the game, so who knows. I might give up on that, but that's the goal. Anyway, let's take a look. So first and foremost, we've got this power pole connected to this apartment complex. Now, it's connected to the apartment complex just by going directly into the brick on the corner of the building. I don't know if that's realistic or not. That's going to be something for me to figure out later and tell you right now. Okay, so we have this question of how power lines actually connect to buildings in real life. I think the easiest way to answer that will be for me to just go outside and look, so I'll do that in just a second. But I would also like to pay lip service to the fact that I think it's neat that Rockstar bothered to connect to buildings at all, even if the spot they connect isn't fleshed out more accurate. Because honestly, would we notice if it didn't connect at all? Probably not. Grand Theft Auto 3 doesn't have any utility poles at all, and no one seemed to care. So it's cool that they went the extra mile. Okay, come here. Oh, hey, look, we're outside. So I found this big church building, which I figure is a decent stand-in for the apartment complex we were looking at in the game, at least in my neighborhood. And I began the task of trying to figure out where the heck it connected to the power grid. Funnily enough, I ended up having to do basically what I was doing in Grand Theft Auto, but in real life. And it only took a couple of minutes around the side of the building before I located this. I think, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm not an expert on this at all, so please give me some grace here as I learn alongside you. But I think what we're looking at here is that the wires actually enter the building like this, and that these 4 anchor points are just there to hold the wires in place. This whole thing is called a service drop, which just means it's a point at which electricity enters a customer's, building or house or whatever, and it's generally designed like this to protect the wires and the inside of the building from inclement weather like rain and stuff. Go look outside your house right now and you'll probably see something similar. Anyway, let's continue. And then we've got this power pole connecting to 2 more power poles down that way. It's got a nice little mattress in the corner here. That's nice. And then it looks like this one on the left goes to this weird building back here. 3 wires coming off of that building. 2 of them are going across to that building, and 1 of them's going to that building. Okay, that's fine. What we're actually going to do with these buildings is just represent them like this. I don't think it's actually all that relevant informationally to literally put down every single wire here, so just representing that they're all connected is more than enough. I also really love how many small details there are in this game. This is kind of a separate thing, but like that mattress, I wish I could shake the hand of the person who put the mattress there, because somebody did. There's a person who, in a moment in time at their job at Rockstar, put that mattress in that alleyway. But also, maybe even cooler, take a look at this leaning utility pole. This is a real thing that does happen. Honestly, unless you live in a particularly well-run city or suburb, you can probably walk outside for less than 20 minutes and find one of these in your neighborhood. And the fact that someone at Rockstar decided not to just copy-paste the same utility pole across the whole city is super cool. Another thing about this leaning utility pole is that the sign hanging off of it is slightly offset from the utility pole, but also slightly offset with the ground, which makes it seem like the pole leaned a little bit. Then they hung the sign to align with the ground, and then the pole continued to lean, meaning that the sign was no longer aligned with the pole or the ground, which is a crazy detail. And I'm possibly just made it up and I'm just seeing things, but it looks like that to me. Now, is a leaning utility pole, is that a bad thing? I mean, it's an eyesore. I'm sure whether it's a safety risk is dependent on the specific situation. Maybe they should install one of those anchor points to straighten it out, those things that from the utility poles that you thought if you touched them as a kid you would get electrocuted, even though they were just there to hold the pole in place. Now this set of utility poles continues onward from this area out towards the circumference road of the island, connecting to one other building and then splitting off in 2 directions. Just like every video we make, at this point I immediately realized that this was not going to be as simple an undertaking as I initially thought. I've already run out of room on my goddamn paper. However, check this out. Heading south along the road, just a few more poles in the line and we run into, boom, a utility pole that simply does not connect to anything. Could they have connected this utility pole to the one that's less than 100 yards down the street? Probably. Would it have made an appreciable difference on the quality of Grand Theft Auto 4? Probably not. There are actually a variety of these standalone unconnected utility poles heading further to the south, and if you play GTA 4 for any amount of time, you'll see them scattered around the city in ways that don't end up making a ton of realistic sense. At least as far as I can tell. Now is probably a good time to tell you that I am neither an electrician nor a city planner nor an engineer. I dropped out of college. I had a pretty bad GPA in high school, so grain of salt. I try to get at least 80% of my facts right, and you can see the sources I used in the description, but if you know better than me or if I say something wrong, please leave a high quality comment down below so we can upvote it and learn the truth together. Heading back to that place, we split off, and now going north instead of south, the path splits into 2 directions once more. Taking the left path, we find our first commercial building on the line, Rusty Shit Salvage. That is not a curse word, so to the guy who DM'd me saying, can you please not curse so I can show these videos to my students, it's not a curse word, read the letters. Rusty Shit Salvage connects in much the same way as the other buildings, just by having the line go straight through the brick. There is one small point of confusion here, though. I guess one thing that's a little confusing to me about this is the fact that, these power lines split off here, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, power poles just to get power to this building. When it feels like it would be easier just to connect that right to the building, but I don't know. I'm not an electrical infrastructure engineer. I'm sure some of you nerds are. I love you guys, by the way. You guys are my favorite. This will definitely be a common theme going forward, and there are some really pretty funny examples of this that I can show you later, but maybe there's a world where this situation doesn't necessarily make sense, but it is still realistic. way can vouch for the fact that it often isn't constructed in the most efficient way for a whole lot of reasons. So it's sometimes funny how video games can mirror that because they themselves are also a complicated team-based effort that require myriad compromises to make into a reality, resulting in some head-scratching implementations. That's how life works, okay? Big mess. Anyway, sorry, I get so sidetracked. I have so much to show you, I need to stay focused, okay? You wanna know how this local power grid ends? It goes like this, this, and then this. What's that, you ask? For some reason, these power lines connect directly to one of those big construction site lighting rigs via the top of the fixture, which does seem kind of weird to me. You know, maybe this is how these things work, but I would have assumed, like anything, you plug these lights into some kind of outlet rather than directly rigging the high voltage line into the top of it. But, you know, who knows? I don't know anything. Continuing beyond this lighting fixture, not too far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more utility poles, and then nothing. Just like the path to the south, it all ends right here, with no explanation, no fanfare, no special modeling, just a lonely utility pole with nowhere to go. So at least as far as this area is concerned, let's take a look at the full electrical map. It's a thing of beauty, you know, it really is. Worth every minute that I spent on it. But wait until you see the second one. That one's worth every hour that I spent on it. Unfortunately, unlike the river maps, we don't actually have any way of noting the direction of flow here because there's no actual source for any of this power. Power usually would come from a power plant. These power lines, they just are. They simply be. I'm not even sure there's any proof that they're successfully bringing electricity to any of these buildings. Do these construction lines even work? Except there is a power plant in Grand Theft Auto 4. If you've played the game through, you'll know that all the way on the westernmost island of Alderney, there's a very prominent nuclear power plant on the south end of the island called the Actor Nuclear Power Plant, which introduces a nuke fusion. We know that Actor Power Plant doesn't connect directly to the grid we've already mapped out, because nothing connects to that grid. But Actor Power Plant must connect to something, right? Now, when I tell you I spent a long time trying to figure this out. After doing laps around the power plant looking for any kind of connecting wires to the building, I gave up and just decided to look up how power plants connect to the grid in real life. Maybe that would give me some sort of a clue. Coincidentally, I actually have a nuclear power plant, a sort of small one, pretty close to where I live in New Orleans, and what I learned from that, as well as from other local power plants, is that power plants are usually paired up with substations. If you've ever seen one of those intimidating death trap looking things in your city, these things here with loads of weird structures and wires, that's a substation. Usually power flows from a power plant through a substation before it makes its way to the regular lines in the neighborhood. What a substation is going to do is take the power from a power plant and increase the voltage a ton, because higher voltage electricity travels better over distances, apparently. I don't know why. You know, I'm not that guy. So I figure, you know, substations, pretty recognizable structures. Maybe what I'll do is I'll steal a helicopter and go substation hunting in Minecraft, in Grand Theft Auto. So that's what I did. Okay, we're looking for some kind of electrical infrastructure. Sorry about the beeping. I'm really not seeing a lot. Like, are there even any transmission lines coming off of the island is the question. This looks like some kind of prison. What is that? Oh, that's prison. Now, all of this isn't to say that Liberty City doesn't have substations. The game has substations. The Grand Theft Auto Wiki literally has an entire page dedicated to substations in every GTA game, which is amazing. There just isn't one near the power plant, which is the first and perhaps most important place to have a substation. The closest substation to the power plant is all the way over here. Still on the same island, but in no way close enough to be the primary pass-through for all of the generated electricity heading towards the rest of the city. Let's zoom in for a second and see what a GTA substation looks like. To the untrained eye, it actually looks pretty good. I myself have admired a variety of substations from afar, and aside from being a little smaller than the ones I normally see, this is pretty much how they look. That said, I am far from an expert on this topic, and it would obviously be awesome if we could get an expert, you know, like, say, Grady from the legendary YouTube channel Practical Engineering to take a look at it. You know, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Anyway, here's Grady from the legendary YouTube channel Practical Engineering to tell us about the substations in Grand Theft Auto 4.
You have some of the basic pieces of a distribution substation: buswork, transformers, disconnects, scary sparking noises, but there are a lot of things missing too. For one, there's no connection to any part of the power system. Maybe it comes into the substation underground. I don't think so, given that the transformers aren't connected with any fidelity to basic principles of electrical engineering. In fact, if you follow the conductors, you can see that all 6 bushings on each transformer are shorted together. Just to be clear, when you do this in the real world, it breaks the transformer. Presumably, it's getting power from somewhere, since you can hear that nice hum. I checked, and the frequency is actually 60 Hz, so they got that right at least. These disconnect switches between the two buses are kind of realistic, except, again, all three phases are connected to only one phase of the buswork on either end. The center phase of the buswork is sparking, but that's the only conductor in this whole facility that doesn't seem to be attached to anything. This is kind of like the engineering equivalent of those paintings of cats by people who had never actually seen a cat before. Looks okay at first, but it doesn't hold up after much scrutiny.
Okay, so to the untrained eye, this looks pretty good. To the trained eye, this would literally not even function. That's why it's important to defer to the experts, folks. If you want to learn something, you should go to school for a long time, because your brain will fill up. I actually purchased Grady's book, Engineering in Plain Sight, to help me with this video, and a lot of his videos were helpful in me understanding river dynamics for the last video. Makes very excellent content. Now, there are two things that Grady mentioned that I'm going to attempt to expound upon. Firstly, these big boxes are called transformers. The job of a transformer is to take electricity of one voltage, say a really high voltage, and convert it to another voltage, say a lower voltage. Generally, you want the electricity to go in one of these bushings at one voltage and flow out another one of these bushings at another voltage. If you connect the two bushings together, the mismatched voltages will cause the transformer to break, and everyone in the neighborhood will lose power. Possibly there will be some kind of explosion. Bad news all around. Secondly, this substation doesn't connect to anything, meaning that in the literal interpretation of the game environment, this substation isn't doing anything. Power is neither flowing in nor out, and yet it obviously is, because of that 60 hertz hum that we hear. And Grady did mention this idea that the power could be coming in from underground, and while there is absolutely zero good evidence of that and no supporting digital infrastructure, bear that idea in mind, because we are going to come back to it briefly later. Grand Theft Auto 4 does have a second substation in the game. Once again, it's not actually connected to anything, despite the fact that there's a utility pole right there. You know, they could have just boop, but whatever. I mean, it's not like any of us noticed it while playing it. Me and you and Grady, I guess, are probably the first 3 people in the world to actually look at this stuff outside of the 4 people on the development team who put it together. And most likely, me and you and Grady are thinking about it a hell of a lot harder than they did. Because guess what? It doesn't really matter. Turns out games can be awesome even if they don't have realistic electrical infrastructure. I know. Who would have thought? Anyway, back to the task at hand. If we had to pick a spot that could potentially represent the source of all the power in Liberty City, where would it be? Assuming we're going to be as flexible and as charitable as necessary, which piece of the electrical grid could we consider the first stop in the chain of power that creates all of the city lights, all of the advertisements, all of the office buildings? Well, after a few hours of scouring, there's only really one good candidate, and it is right here. This utility pole can be found within the property lines of the Actor nuclear power plant, and it's as close as any piece of connected infrastructure actually gets to the plant. What this means for us is that this is the point that we're going to start from when trying to figure out how big of an area this power plant covers. Because at the very least, we know it doesn't cover the first little area that we mapped. I mean, it doesn't even make it to this substation on the same island. And frankly, I don't see how this game expects us to believe that it's going to power the Liberty City equivalent of Times Square. I mean, for Christ's sake, you probably need a ton of power lines to keep all those billboards running in Times Square. You probably need tons of power lines. Where are all the power lines in Times Square? There are no power lines in Times Square. What the hell? There are definitely power lines in plenty of neighborhoods in New York City, but most of Manhattan and a lot of the other areas don't have any power lines. You know what that means, right? All of Manhattan is actually powered by individual solar panels. Just kidding. They actually moved all of the power grid underground because of a really bad blizzard in 1888, which is incredible foresight if you think about it, and it probably causes the grid to be ridiculously annoying to repair if it breaks. On a side note, one of the many wild stories about that blizzard is that the snow was so heavy that it stopped the trains in place up on the raised tracks, and some enterprising New Yorkers, they brought ladders out to help get people down, but they would only get people down if the people would pay them money. I know we like to say that we're like way greedier and more evil than ever, but man, the things we were doing out in the open, at the turn of the 20th century, crazy. I guess it's sort of outpaces that ethical dilemma, but in any case. Now, what's really cool about the fact that this electricity mostly runs underground is that whether intentionally or not, Rockstar did include a small reference to the underground power grid in Grand Theft Auto 4. Run into any street light or traffic light with a car and it will break off its foundation in a shower of sparks. Where do you think those sparks come from? Underground. Get up close and you'll even see wires connecting those lights onto that underground electrical grid. Pretty cool, Rockstar. Big thumbs up. This revelation doesn't totally explain our previously perceived unrealism, but it does add some useful context. For example, it definitely explains why we don't see power lines all over this area of the game, because this area is modeled after Manhattan, which doesn't have any power lines in it in real life. And while it doesn't excuse the total lack of visible infrastructure to indicate it, it does kind of give us a possible hint as to why the development team may have foregone including an above-ground connection between the substations and other power infrastructure. Here's a picture of a substation in Brooklyn, New York that has no visible above-ground connections to the grid. Here's another one in Lower Manhattan that not only has no above-ground connections, but is also semi-indoors. Now, we don't have the luxury of seeing inside these substations to figure out how they may connect to that underground grid, but we can at least see how, if they were going based on, scouting photographs. Rockstar may have thought substations in New York are just standalone little sites of their own. That said, it still doesn't make any sense to have these substations right next to a bunch of above-ground utility poles with power lines. Your grid is either underground or not underground. You can't have it both ways. Maybe you can, I don't know. So how does this happen? How does a game end up with substations that are realistic for an area and power lines that are realistic for the area, but accidentally put those two things together, canceling out the believability of both of them? Well, one, who cares? And two, one of the coolest things about video games is that they are top-down representations of real-life spaces. Developers, artists, spend a long time looking at, listening to, absorbing the energy of a space, and then they recreate that space from its constituent parts. There's no fundamental understanding of the space itself, and there doesn't need to be. The developers of Grand Theft Auto 4 know that Manhattan feels like Manhattan, partly because of its lack of power lines, and so they don't add power lines to Manhattan. They may not have even thought that the reason Manhattan doesn't have power lines is because they're all underground, and they don't need to think about that. They're just capturing a space. It's top down. Does that make sense? If not, don't really worry about it. That's not the point of the video. What is the point of the video is mapping out the power grid. So as we said, we're going to call this utility pole the power plant for all intents and purposes. And from here, we're going to map out every connection on the grid. Get ready, because it's a doozy. I'll do my best to get through it quickly. The lines run north to another utility pole that then splits off with one connection going to this little trailer inside of an industrial park that looks like it's an office for the workers, but is actually, apparently, a place that either makes or sells hot dogs. The other line continues north and then east, and then it splits off again. Following the northeast path along the road takes us across 5 more utility poles, and then a 6th that has not a 2-way split, not a 3-way split, but a 4-way split. I know. Let's take the south-heading line first, which immediately leads to another pole with a 3-way split. Both of these lines also lead to 2 more 3-way splits. Now, what it turns out is that this particular section of the grid down here by the power plant has a lot of interconnectedness. A lot of sections that just loop back on themselves. This makes it really annoying to map, because unless you have a really good memory of exactly what each power line looks like, or a really methodical way of measuring distance between the poles, you are not going to easily know whether this section you're mapping is a new section or just an old section that you're retreading because you didn't recognize it. I was literally using a pen and paper to try and draw this out. I'll put a picture of it up right now. So I ended up having to redraw these diagrams from scratch like 4 or 5 times as I realized I needed to be connecting disparate portions together. Now, what ultimately ends up happening is something like this. From the 4-way split, we go south and then east, and then this loops back around to the south to meet back up with 2 of those splits. This easternmost line goes north along the road and then splits again, one line of which goes back west to connect to the 4-way split from before. These 2 lines toward the south both head west separately, but eventually meet up at this point beneath the overpass. I don't know what the heck this is. It kind of looks like they were supposed to put a utility pole there and they just forgot, so then it's just a jumble of wires. You'll have to email Rockstar. And then this spot goes back west, and it meets up with the 2-way split that we talked about earlier. Zooming back out, we've got 2 lines headed north. The good news is that these lines do actually connect and form a nice complete circle. The bad news is there are 2 more lines shooting off in different directions. We'll tackle this one to the east first. It's more or less straightforward, heading east and then north, and then immediately terminating with 2 poles along this road here, one further north and one to the east. The other path, going north, connects to the dirtiest police station you'll ever see. And then from that police station, it also heads up further west with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more utility poles. Are we done? Nope. Now I'm going to need an electrician or something to help me explain what's going on here, because I've got a line going north, connecting to a building, and then it keeps going and loops back around from the north to connect to the same building again. And then the southern split also goes south, but then loops back around to connect to the same building a 3rd time. Is there a reason why you would ever need that to happen, especially of a small building like this? I don't know. So, are we done? Nope, there's another offshoot. Thankfully, this one just goes across 2 utility poles and then mercifully terminates by connecting to the refinery on the west side of the island. That's it. That's the whole grid. Shall we look at it together? Wow. It's beautiful. Now, I put it together in such a way that we can actually overlay it on top of the map in Grand Theft Auto so you can see kind of what we're looking at. that. It's not perfect. I prioritized diagram aesthetics over proportionality, so it mismatches a little bit, but I think, and I'm fairly confident, I think this is the single biggest collection of connected utility poles in the entire game. So, what have we learned? I honestly don't really remember. So, let me just leave you with one of my favorite video game observations ever. The power plant that powers the lights in my apartment in New Orleans, right here, is the 9 Mile Point Entergy No. 5 natural gas power plant in 9 Mile Point, Louisiana. The power plant that powers the lights in Nico Bellic's apartment in Liberty City in Grand Theft Auto 4 is also the 9 Mile Point Entergy No. 5 natural gas power station in 9 Mile Point, Louisiana. Absolutely incredible. I'm Eddie Austin. Thanks for watching.
I get it. I get it because he's playing the video game at his house. See ya.
Amazing. Bro wasted no time. He said peace out.
Bye bye.